This past week, Bitcoin has been on a tear and it's got a lot of people excited. But one thing people are not realizing is that there's more than just one Bitcoin out there that's available. And out of all the Bitcoins, BTC wasn't the best because this particular Bitcoin over the last 7 days saw a 33.54% increase. I bet you didn't know about that one. So therein lies the opportunity. Let's talk about it. Okay, so want to take a quick minute to share some thoughts in reference to some market activity, in reference to Bitcoin and what I consider to be the Bitcoin brand. And so I haven't come across anyone that's looking to take advantage of this current trend and trying to get as much price appreciation out of these markets as they can, because while Bitcoin or BTC is getting all the attention, it's not the only Bitcoin that's worth paying attention to, because just through mere association, anything labeled Bitcoin would do well in this upcoming bull market. And so today I want to cover what I consider to be some possible great alternative plays for those who love to speculate, and what will be the fourth Bitcoin boom that hits once the U.S. provides more clarity on how this sector is going to operate. And as always, if you guys want to see more of these little short takes, definitely hit that thumbs up button, show your support for the channel, drop a comment down below, let me know what you're keeping your eyes on, and then make sure you subscribe and come back to get more outside the box contrarian viewpoints on things that could turn out to be worth your while if you're willing to think outside the box. But let's jump right in. So here on the screen here, BitGold. That's something I'm sure you haven't heard about in quite some time. But then again, CoinGold has performed better than BTC over the last 7 days. And I'm sure that might not be nothing to brag home about, because given the fact that Bitcoin went from 69 all the way to 89, 93, 94, $1,000. Not many people can actually afford one single Bitcoin, but everybody can afford one or more Bitcoin Gold. And so with Bitcoin Gold having appreciated 30, had a person got in down here, they would have definitely reaped the rewards of price appreciation of having put their dollars to work for them and having them grown within that same 7-day period. And so the concept I want to introduce to you is called price appreciation through the Bitcoin brand strategy. And what do I mean by that? It's simple. All Bitcoins are not the same, but they are created in a similar fashion. Therefore, they have similar properties that will be well worth looking into in the future, given the fact that anything associated with just a Bitcoin label will stand out amongst many other projects. And therefore, through mere speculation as well as the fear of being left out, people will definitely allocate certain amounts of funds into some projects. And I believe that anything labeled as Bitcoin will increase, nominally speaking, in the days ahead, just because no one wants to miss out. And while all the mainstream media is so focused on BTC, I think it'd be well worth people's time to consider looking beyond just BTC and broadening your scope and taking advantage of the price appreciation and other things that's labeled Bitcoin. So what do I, here on the screen, we have the 4 assets that I'm referring to, of which I associate as a part of the Bitcoin brand strategy, which I myself have been following for quite some time now. And it's good to say you will not hear this from any other digital asset enthusiast, just because majority of the people are maximalists and they just say there's only one, there could be no other, and all that other good stuff. But don't be fooled, because what I'm about to show you today goes against everything that they're talking about. But then again, look at the numbers, and the numbers don't lie. And so we all know the very first one. As of right now, Bitcoin is $89,000. But then again, as I zoom in here, you can see right here that in the last 7 days, it's only gone up 18.28%. Which, when you're dealing with bigger numbers, it does matter. But ultimately, majority of people should not be so concerned with just one, but having a more diversified approach, which allow you to capture all price appreciation across the board. And then the lowest, Bitcoin, which is Bitcoin Cash, appreciated 16% over the last 7 days. And that's not nothing to smirk at either. Because over the last 7 days, it went from $373 all the way up to $431 at this current moment. And so that 60 or so of nominal price increase only adds up. And we're not even nowhere near the beginning of this real bull market that I know is coming. And then the second highest rally over the last 7 days happened to be Bitcoin SV with 26.09% increase. So over the last 7 days, it has gone from $52 all the way up to $65. So once again, the holders of this coin has benefited as well. But as you can see, the biggest gains this week happened in Bitcoin Gold at 33.41%. And I'm sure it's still flying under the radar because most people don't consider anything outside of BTC as something worth investing into. But as you can see here, just through the mere association of all cryptos having received some price appreciation, it's the projects that's labeled Bitcoin that the average person who don't know nothing about the space will be more than likely drawn to want to put some funds into it just because of the name itself. And that is where the most value lies, in my personal opinion. But in zooming in here, we see that as of last week, Bitcoin Gold sat at $23, and as of right now, it's 31.5 cents. And if that's not something worth paying attention to, I'm not sure what is. And so here lies the opportunity to participate inside of the Bitcoin brand strategy that I'm referring to. And sure, some people may say, man, I'm not messing with anything other than Bitcoin. But then again, not all Bitcoins will be treated the same, but they all originate from the same source, which is the original code. And they all have similar properties that make them something worth considering, given the fact that there's 21 million of each one of those 4 coins, and they're all scarce in comparison to the amount of fiat currency that's about to be created. And it's my personal opinion that any one of those 4 there, having exposure to those, will give us person the opportunity to reap the rewards of this price appreciation that's about to come when the actual bull market and cryptos start. Bitcoin brand strategy is just something worth paying attention to and putting on your radar and considering, just because as the average newbie comes into the space, they're going to want exposure to Bitcoin, and not everybody can afford one whole Bitcoin, even though they can afford Satoshis as smaller denominations. But then again, why not have a whole coin, especially if it has the same properties of scarcity that BTC has? So for those who may not know what Bitcoin Gold is, let's just take a look real quick. So here we got bitcoingold.org. And as you can see here, Bitcoin Gold is a fork from BTC that took place back in 2017 when Bitcoin went through the whole block war issue. Some individuals have decided to fork and make some tweaks to it to where they increased the block size as well as made it so that people can actually them on their home personal computers and not have to have these mining rigs. And then again, Bitcoin Gold has some vulnerabilities over the last couple of years because of the low usage rates as well as the threat against competition. There's been a couple 51% attacks, but the chain continues to produce blocks and it continues to move forward. And as we're witnessing now with the price increase, people do see some type of value in it. And give you an idea what else going on here, it says, what is Bitcoin Gold? BTG is a cryptocurrency with Bitcoin fundamentals mined on common GPUs instead of specialty ASICs. It says ASICs tend to monopolize mining to a few big players, but GPU mining means anyone can mine again, restoring decentralization and independence. GPU mining rewards go to individuals worldwide instead of mostly ASIC warehouse owners, recreating network effects that Bitcoin used to have. So here's a map of the ecosystem. As you can see here, 23 billion been traded, 36 billion total transaction. There's a total of 12 pools, 18 plus wallets, 75 exchanges. And then here's a list of all the exchanges that actually support the Bitcoin Gold blockchain. So as we can see here, there's a well-diversified list of exchanges into which a person can go actually acquire some Bitcoin Gold. And so as we can see here, the Bitcoin brand strategy is real because each one of these coins here only have 21 million coins total in circulation. All of them have similar amounts of coins in circulation, just dispersed amongst the different communities. So my humble opinion, it's good to say that all 4 of those projects will appreciate, nominally speaking, of course, with Bitcoin or BTC appreciating the most because that is where everyone is focused on. But you better believe Bitcoin will bring along its little brothers and its cousins to make sure that they all reap the rewards of BTC. Once again, just want to give you an idea as to something to keep an eye on because I believe that any one of those 4 there will increase in price in the days ahead. And of course, we're developing some type of strategy around how you're going to get in and out of those projects there. Ultimately, everything will flow to Bitcoin up top. But then again, having exposure at the very bottom means that you won't miss the race of accumulating as much price appreciation in these assets as you can. Once again, Bitcoin is on the move, but there's different types of Bitcoin worth paying attention to. That's just my opinion, but I'm curious to hear what you think. If you found value, hit that thumbs up to show your support for the channel. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Bitcoin strategy. And other than that, I'll catch you guys later.